Okay, let's go.
Hurrah, hooray.
How are you, Austin?
Oh, you did click start. Okay.
I did, yes.
Okay.
We are starting.
It's a good thing. I was going to say some really offensive things otherwise.
Oh, I can't get it in my nails.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. How are you doing?
Doing good. Just another day in the life, I guess, right? I mean, kind of the same old, but the last couple podcasts, I feel like I've been tired. This one I feel like a little more energetic for,
Well, we are starting a little earlier today.
which is helpful.
Yes. Well, I think was it last episode we started late? Or was the episode
No,
before that?
no. Last episode we started at a pretty decent time, but the one before that was really late.
Oh, that was brutal.
That was brutal. You were sick. We were both tired. Yeah, that was bad.
It was a great combination.
But we fought through it.
Yes. Hey, we've been pretty consistent now of getting them out. We not the day, but the week. You know.
Right. Well, it's kind of funny. We planned originally for like we'll record Sunday night or maybe Monday night and we'll get it out early, but I think just the way our schedule works and early in the week just being sucky.
Yeah. No, and it's since I'm like in class too now, I'm like I got a ton of stuff to do. And like Sundays are kind of my rest days, and then nobody wants to do something on Monday now. And then you got Monday Night Football,
Right. Yeah.
so it's like a way harder because that's part of your podcast.
Right. There could be something fun and interesting that I need to view.
Exactly.
And just with the way I do my topics, I think I mentioned this in previous episodes where it's not like I have a huge list and I'm just going down the list.
Mm-hmm.
I usually come up with my topic somewhere between, like Sunday, Monday area, which is nice not recording Monday, Tuesdays now because, okay, those are my note nights.
Yeah.
Which
you
is
don't have to
even-
waste your Sunday or waste your Sunday.
Right. Sundays are great for note taking if I know my idea, I know for sure Sunday is perfect for obvious reasons. But even I like doing them on Mondays too because I can throw the football game on in the background and do that as well. But
You don't have to like pay dead attention to it. You can kind of
right.
relax.
Right. It's nice. But yeah, that's a nice little rant on our new scheduling, I suppose.
It's like we'll get it out when we get it out type of deal now.
We've been very consistent about the every week thing though.
Yes, we have. After that one hiccup, that was kind of that was kind of almost trying to find out what we wanted to do with the podcast too.
Right.
And it led us into a great direction now, which I think everybody's really liking.
Right. And that's kind of our goal. This is episode number 10.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Episode 10, double digits.
Double digits. We're 2+ months into this thing now. And it feels like if it's not every episode, at least every other episode, we're finding a new way to improve. Or just by getting the reps in, we're getting better. So
Oh yeah, I feel so much more naturally talking to you. I'm actually looking at the camera more and more. I'm not looking like, where's that? I trust the system, even though I shouldn't trust the system. We made some experimentations.
yes.
And some have worked, some haven't worked. So right now I think this format right here is working great.
Yeah, I like where we're at so far. And I've also finally added our tic-tac-toe record to the whiteboard.
I see that. I didn't know that was what you were doing when I was getting set up here. That's funny.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it. I almost sat up last episode and just quickly did it. But then I was taking notes today and I was writing down episode 10. And I'm thinking, it's going to get really hard to remember this.
Yeah. No,
So-
that's so right.
So,
Well, what is the score, Austin?
scored a 6-3, baby.
Right.
We're still up. I suppose now would be a good time to say hello and welcome to episode 10 of Balls and Blasters. Episode 10. Look at us.
Double digits. We've made it to double digits. Now the real podcast starts.
Yeah. Now we're really into it, so now we have no choice.
Yes, exactly. We've gained some loyal fans. So now, if we stop, we're just going to disappoint people. And we don't want to disappoint people now.
We're here for the fans.
The
And
balls and the blasters.
and the name of learning and conversation.
Yes. Austin, we haven't discussed what we do here at Balls and Blasters. Can you give the audience a little idea of what we do?
I can sure give her a go. Here at Balls and Blasters, myself, Austin, I take over the balls side of Balls and Blasters. Why balls? Because it's funny and because it starts with B and it's alliteration purposes.
Yes, alliteration. Remember it. Remember it.
For alliteration purposes. There's some people watching that'll find that funny. They've noticed my constant alliteration purposes. I talk about sports. It could be in a historical context. It could be in a learning context, a deep dive context. But the whole point is to hopefully teach Caleb something he didn't know in the sports realm of our lives. And maybe even you listening, whether you're a sports fan or not a sports fan. And Caleb, what do you do?
Well, I am the blaster side. The yin to the yang that is Balls and Blasters. Or I'm the yang to the yin because I'm second. Yeah.
You can be whatever you want, cowboy.
I'm the other half. And I will teach Austin, and hopefully teach you at home something about more nerd topics in culture, like video games, movies, like Star Wars. We've done a few episodes on Star Wars already. Or superheroes. And yeah, hopefully Austin will learn something, you'll learn something. And we just go back and forth every episode of, hey, here's something interesting. We this is the format now of, I think officially,
Yes.
episode 10, where Austin and I will rock, paper, scissors, and we both have a topic that's going to last about half the episode, give or take, whoever's longer, and the other person will go second and give their topic. And yeah, so one half episode is balls, one half the episode is blasters.
Right. We, due to fan recommendation, that's what we chose.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the fans were correct. It used to be, I'll talk about something, you talk about something, we go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And though the idea sounds great, it led to just like choppiness more than anything.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and now there's a clear, here's your side, here's my side.
Right.
You can skip to one if you want, which I don't recommend, because I think every episode we both have some very interesting topics that you should learn about.
Always something to learn.
But if you were a blaster side, or if you were more on the nerd side and want to know more about sports, you could just listen to Austin's side if you really wanted to. Please don't. But or vice versa. Also, please don't.
I think we have the kind of fan base that not only wants to listen to my sports stuff because they want to hear me talk about sports, but the sports fans want to listen to your stuff because they want to hear what you have to say about nerdy stuff. And I think it's vice versa.
Exactly.
So,
I would say that as well. Funnily enough, I think this has been most of our audience has been people right in the middle.
yes,
But
correct.
I would say we lean more towards your side as of right now. But I got to talk this weekend to a guy who's on my side. So let's go. So there it is pretty mixed on the audience, which
Right, which is very cool to see. I think that means we're the target audience that we initially thought we were going to hit. I would say we're pretty close.
oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah. And
So-
hey, those 5% of females out there, thank you for listening.
we hear you and we appreciate your feedback if you choose to give it.
One of them's probably my sister, but
Shout out Caleb's sister.
yeah. Thank you. Well, Austin, should we get started?
I suppose we can start. We've been rambling long enough,
Yes.
but we're just excited about episode 10.
Oh, I know. It's great. And it's early. It's earlier than we usually do it. I have so much energy. You have so much energy. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. So
6-3 Austin. Rock, paper, scissors on shoot.
okay.
Okay. Oh my goodness!
Back in the wing column, baby.
Yes,
Let's go.
Austin will be going first today. I'll put my notes away. That I was so excited to.
I'm just gonna
talk
update
about.
it.
Yeah,
Just
that's
update
fine.
it right away.
Austin's updating it. It is now 7-3. This is Austin's winning at over 2/3 of the rock paper scissors.
You wanna see what they call a segue in the biz, Caleb?
Yeah, I would love to hear a great segue.
So we're on episode 10. I don't know if we've mentioned that yet.
Double digits.
Episode 10, which means we've had 10 rock paper scissors contests.
Mm-hmm.
10's a nice round number.
I would agree so.
Nice round number. I'm winning 7-3. I really want to reiterate that 7-3.
You don't have to. You don't want to.
That would be a 70% win percentage. And Caleb, if I was batting 700 in baseball, I'd be a pretty damn good baseball player.
That's like 70% of all pitches thrown your way you hit.
In some sense.
Right? Am I right on that?
Well, Caleb, we might just learn a little bit about some baseball stats today.
Yeah.
Because my topic is about not only just baseball, which I don't think I've talked about in actually a pretty decent while. I'm kind of proud of myself.
You've been pretty hockey and football, so let's get back into it.
Get back into it. I noticed in my previous baseball conversations with you that I would just start throwing around numbers and, you kind of just like nod and agree.
Yeah.
Which, fair.
I feel like I keep along for the most part, but sometimes it's like, whoa,
baseball
100 batting percentage. That's batting average. That's like bad.
Correct. Baseball is a very numbers driven sport. There's an old baseball commercial with Bryce Harper when he was the number one prospect in baseball. There's a dude he goes, baseball's a numbers game, and then it's Bryce Harper hitting a 500-foot home run.
And he hit that 500 feet, and that's why it's a numbers game.
Baseball's a numbers game. And it can almost be overwhelming to see all the numbers and the stats that pop up on your TV screen while you're watching a baseball game. So I want to help both you and the viewers who may not be the biggest baseball fans in the world get a better idea of what you're looking at every time you turn on a baseball game.
Good. I am down to hear it.
All right, let's dive right into it. We're going to cover some basic batting statistics and some basic pitching statistics because the advanced stuff is very advanced, and unless you plan on getting real nerdy and really diving down into it, we don't need to go there quite yet, but who knows?
That's going to be episode 20.
Might need to be like episode 50.
Yeah.
It gets nerdy. Like you want to talk about nerdy.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get going. The first thing, so we'll start with batting.
Yeah.
So the guy that holds the baseball bat, he stands at home plate, and his objective is to hit the ball thrown to him by the pitcher. All right, he is the batter. To start off, there is two things I want to define that are going to be the basis of every basic statistic that comes after this. There is a plate appearance, and there is an at-bat.
So what's the difference between those two?
That's a great question, Caleb. A plate appearance is, by definition, and by the way, most of the definitions I go through here today for my topic, you can find on MLB.com. It's a very comprehensive resource.
Shout out to MLB.com.
A plate appearance is every time a hitter completes a turn at home plate. So anytime the batter walks up to the plate and a result is achieved between him and the pitcher, that is one plate appearance.
So it doesn't matter if it's he gets hit, gets fouled, he hits the ball.
Correct.
Okay.
Result between batter and pitcher must be obtained, meaning there can't be a lightning strike and the game gets delayed. Or what's another example? Say, here's a good example here. If there's a runner trying to steal a base and he gets thrown out to end the inning, in the middle of a plate appearance, that does not count. And then the batter picks up the next inning, and that will be the plate appearance that counts.
Oh.
So you have to start and end your plate appearance
Gotcha.
for it to count in the record books.
So you just have to 100% something happened, and you're there 100% of the time that you're on the plate.
Pretty much.
I don't know if I just confused some more people out there, but that's how I understood it.
However you understand it is how you understand it. And I can tell that you understand it. So that's all that matters. Plate appearances are very important because this is how hitters qualify for a batting title at the end of the season. The batting title is whoever has the highest batting average in baseball, they win the batting title. And you have to have a certain number of plate appearances to get there.
What is that number?
Totally dependent on the season.
Oh, gotcha.
Because there's no... You don't know how many the most plate appearances is going to be, kind of deal.
Yeah.
And it's a percentage of that, which is not important for what we're going for here, but.
Sure.
And then also plate appearances are big for like contract talks, because, for example, a healthy regular player will get close to 600 plate appearances, if not more, in a whole season.
So is this kind of like in basketball when it's like your time spent on the court? Is that kind of an equivalent?
Yeah. How many minutes you play in a basketball game, your time on ice in hockey, things like that. That would be the sport equivalent. Yes.
Okay.
God, yes. Although, in basketball and hockey, how much time you spend on the playing field doesn't really matter as far as contract talks are concerned. It matters in baseball because it's a proof of health and you're playing 162 games kind of thing. So that's a plate appearance. How is that different from an at-bat? So an at-bat is recorded when a batter reaches base via hit, fielder's choice, or an error, or when the batter is put out in a non-sacrifice situation. So that's kind of a lot to wrap your head around.
Can you explain it like I'm 5?
Yes. Essentially, explain it like you're 5. Okay.
Cut. All right, we're back.
We're back. So a plate appearance is, you have to go up to the plate and you have to finish your appearance at the plate. And at bat, trying to think of the best way to really define the difference between the two. So in baseball, you can get what's called like a sacrifice, which is a sacrifice bunt or a sacrifice fly. Well, a ball goes into the outfield and you're caught for an out, but a runner scores. Like a sacrificial situation, that counts as a plate appearance, but not as an at-bat because you're essentially sacrificing yourself. So it's really in any scenario where you're getting on base because of your own doing, I guess is a way to put it.
Oh, so kind of you're not. It's more of a not saying it is selfish, but it's more of a selfish stat, I guess.
Right. Okay. Here's
more of a personal stat.
Here's a good way. If you made contact with the baseball and it results in you getting on base or you getting out, that pretty much means it's an at-bat. Whereas with a plate appearance, you can get hit by the pitch, you can get walked, and get on base. That's a plate appearance, but none of those stats count towards.
So making contact with the ball.
Pretty much. That's a very 5th grade level way of looking at it.
Okay. There's more to it than that, but that's the Cliff Notes version of it.
Pretty much. And at-bats are important because they're used as a denominator when calculating some of the other statistics we're going to be going over.
Okay.
So Yes, plate appearances is anytime you come up to the plate and you finish your plate, you finish the play, you finish your plate appearance. Whereas at bat, essentially you have to hit the baseball and a result has to be achieved because you hit the baseball.
Gotcha. Okay.
And there are rare scenarios where those two differentiate. And we'll go over, I believe we'll have some notes as to why those two are just a tad different later on here. Players that bat early, so the lineup is 1 through 9, right? There's 9 batters in a lineup. Players that bat early in the lineup, 1 through 3, tend to have more plate appearances and ABs versus people at the end of the lineup, just because you're batting first and you have more chances to get up to the plate. So, plate appearances, at bats, those are going to be important denominators for our stats. We've defined those. Now I want to talk about what's called a triple slash.
Sorry if there's somebody outside our window right now. Hopefully, it doesn't pick it up.
I want to talk about a triple slash line.
Okay.
I believe I've mentioned this before.
I think you have.
The triple slash line is, for those at home that don't know, and for Caleb, includes 3 statistics. It's batting average, on base percentage, and slugging percentage. They call it a triple slash line because it's often denoted as batting average slash on base slash slugging. And this is a common stat line you will see on the TV screen when a batter comes up to the plate.
I think when you mentioned this last time, I asked this exact question, which I'm going to ask again. What does slugging mean again?
We will get there.
Okay, perfect.
We're going to get there. We're going to define it, baby. So the first statistic in this slash line is batting average. What is batting average? It is defined as a player's hits divided by their total at-bats. At-bats is the key word there, because if you walk or get hit by a pitch to get on base, that doesn't count as a hit.
So it's kind of like, out of every hit you do, what results in a good outcome?
Pretty much, yes.
Like getting on
base. Yes. Getting on base via putting the ball in play.
Okay.
So this is a useful tool for measuring a player's hit tool, because it shows how many hits versus how many at-bats you've taken. A general rule of thumb is that if you bat 300, you're like a great baseball player.
You're hitting about every third hit.
Every third at-bat you're getting.
At-bat, yeah.
Yeah. It's like 30% of the time you're getting a base hit. The bad part about it is that it doesn't take into account what kind of hit you have. Home runs are better than triples, which is better than a double, which is better than a single. That is not accounted for in batting average. It will be accounted for in a different stat we'll talk about.
So if you get a lot of just first base runs, but somebody gets about, let's say, half of that, but they're all home runs, your batting average will be better.
So say you have 2 players, and player A is 3 for 10 with 3 singles, and player B is 3 for 10 with 3 home runs. That's the same batting average.
Okay.
It's the same batting average.
Jeez, sorry, it is very loud outside my window. Holy crap.
It doesn't particularly matter what kind of hit it is. It just shows that you got a hit.
Okay.
That's all that matters when it comes to batting average. There's no different value between home run, single, double, triple. So that's batting average. Does that make sense? Do you have any other questions?
It does make sense to me. Hopefully it makes sense to you out there.
Okay. The next, so we talked about part 1 of the triple slash line, which is batting average. The next part is on base percentage. On base percentage is the number of times a hitter reaches base divided by plate appearances. So batting average, the denominator is at bats, whereas On base percentage, the denominator is plate appearances.
Okay.
The difference is on base includes all those times a batter is walked to get on base or is hit by a pitch to get on base.
Okay.
And I should probably quickly define for those that don't know a walk in baseball. So there's three true outcomes in baseball. There's getting a hit, which is hitting the ball with the bat and getting on base. There is striking out, which you get 3 strikes in baseball and you're out.
And you're out.
At the old ball game. Or if the pitcher throws you 4 balls, so not strikes,
Balls.
then you walk and you get to take first base on your own for free. Or you can get hit by a pitch, which is effectively the same thing as a walk. So that's what goes into on base percentage. It's all the times you get a hit, you walk, or you get hit by a pitch. And of course, if there's an error by the defense, you don't get credit for a hit or getting on base.
So define an error.
The defense has a chance to get you out, and they mess up in doing so. Often defined as a simple play that they don't make.
Oh, like they just overthrew the ball or something like that. Okay.
Pretty much. So on base percentage is useful for seeing a batter's ability to get on base. Self-explanatory there. The hitter's goal is to avoid making out. Their goal is to get on base, which is why in modern times on base percentage is often it's on base percentage is considered like the modern batting average because it shows how often a hitter is on the base paths. In a very good border, probably elite level on base percentage is 0.400, so 40% of the time and above.
Well, I could see that because tell me if I'm getting this wrong here. That could also mean that the pitcher, they know they're a really good hitter, so they walk them instead, so that they're like, hey, we don't want this guy to get a home run. Let's walk him.
Right.
So then get a less powerful guy up on the plate that we can strike out.
It is definitely part of the strategy of baseball, for sure.
So that would like it doesn't count. That wouldn't go for the batting average, but that would go for
on base.
On base, yes.
Correct. Absolutely. See, you're getting it. So yes, on base percentage has gained more prevalence recently. In years over batting average for that exact reason, because it's just though rudimentary, still a better way of evaluating a hitter's ability when he's at the plate. Quick side note, for one season back in 1887, walks did count as hits.
just one season.
Yeah, for one season, because I think they realized just how absurd some hit totals were getting. And it's like, it's not a hit. Like, you didn't hit the baseball.
The guy could have just sucked that game.
Yeah.
And you get a bunch of extra points because of it.
So, nice little quick side note. So, we've talked about the first 2/3 of our slash line, batting average, on base percentage. Before we move on to the next one, did you have anything else on base?
No, you explained it very well, I think.
Okay, perfect. I hope the listeners at home agree.
Yes. See, I understand things really weird. That's why I had to ask like weird questions. So hopefully they got it. I think you explained it pretty well though. So I'd assume they got it.
The third aspect of our triple slash line is slugging percentage, which you are curious about. Yes, most importantly.
Very.
Slugging percentage is a very important statistic. And it's defined as the number of total bases a player hits each at bat.
Oh, so this would count for if you got a home run versus just a single.
Correct. The slugging percentage only includes hits, so it doesn't include walks or hit by pitches. Once again, this is, the at-bats in the denominator instead of plate appearances. And it assigns extra value to each kind of hit that can be obtained. It is a good measure of a hitter's power, their slugging percentage. Differentiates between types of hits, unlike batting average, and there is a formula for it, easy for me to say. And it's defined. Think of it like this. So there's a single, which is just 1 point. There's a double, which was 2 bases, so 2 points. Triple, you get 3 bases, so 3 points. A home run is 4 bases, so you get 4 points.
Okay.
So the formula would essentially be something like 1A plus 2B plus 3C plus 4D, all divided by E.
And E is your total hits.
Total hits, total at-bats.
Oh, at-bats.
So
yes.
total at-bats. Most importantly, your total at-bats. Because you don't always get a hit for every at-bat you take.
Yes. This is making more sense to me. Yes. So your total at-bats.
Which is why when you see a triple slash line on the TV screen, batting average, on-base percentage, slugging percentage. I really should be doing this the other way around for the visual listeners, but it's fine. That's why those statistics are always essentially fractions. They're decimals, somewhere between 0.000 and 1.0.
Okay.
So yes, that is what slugging percentage is. And I feel like it makes sense, but in case it needs explaining, home runs are the best outcome a hitter can achieve. A single is a good outcome, but it's not as good as a double, as a triple, as a home run.
Yes, and there's nothing that can go beyond a home run. But even a grand slam.
Right, which is a fair question to ask. A solo home run, so 1 run scored, versus a grand slam, 4 runs scored. This counts as the same thing when it comes to slugging percentage.
Okay.
Obviously, a very different effect on the scoreboard.
A grand slam just bumps you up.
It could really, really change the game. So, that is what slugging percentage is. Does that make somewhat sense to you now?
It does. So that's how you would determine if a player is more of a, or how much power they have, like you said.
Yes.
If they're a home run hitter or they're
Absolutely.
just a line driver or something.
So now we've defined the triple slash line. I want to give some idea of types of hitters, what kind of an elite slash line looks like. There is what's called it's called 300, 400, 500. So if you think of the slash line, and I'll look at the camera when I do this, 300 batting average, 400 on base, and a 500 slugging percentage. So if that made sense to you.
Yes, I was watching the camera.
Okay.
We're good. We got it.
That would be considered an elite triple slash line. That means this particular player A that we're talking about gets a hit 30% of the time. They get on base 40% of the time, and they're averaging. Remember, slugging percentage is the number of bases you are getting per at bat. So 0.5 would mean you're getting 0.5 bases per at bat. So if a player has a 500 slugging percentage, I'm trying to think of. It's tough to look at slugging percentage in a per game in a single game context, but just know that 0.5 for slugging percentage is really good.
Yeah, I mean that's almost equating to every 2 at bats you're getting on base. At least
you're getting
one
it.
base.
You're getting one base.
Yes, you're at least getting one base.
So yes, correct. So we're talking about different types of hitters, or you kind of mentioned it. If you see a hitter with 300, 400, 500 in their slash line, that's just an all-around fantastic hitter. Those are your star players, pretty much.
Yeah, they're the guy that people are coming to see.
Right, exactly. Now you will find players who have maybe like a 300 batting average, on base percentage over 400, but their slugging percentage is only also just a little bit over 500 or a little bit over 400.
Mm-hmm.
So that's still a good slash line, but it also lets you know this guy knows how to hit the baseball. He knows how to get on base. Doesn't hit for power.
Gotcha. So he's hitting between the first and second, or the second and third.
Yeah. He's hitting some bloopers, some line drive base hits, things like that. Whereas you can also see hitters that maybe their batting average is 0.2, 250, and their on base, is maybe only like 0.330, but their slugging percentage is like 550. That's a guy that maybe he doesn't have the best hit tool in the world, but when he does get a hit, he does damage with the hit.
Is it like that one guy who was a pitcher, and like this is like this video, and he like hit the ball and it finally hit a home run, and everybody was crazy because like they knew he could do it.
You might be thinking of Bartolo Colon.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. He looked Italian.
Bartolo Colon, I mean, he's a pitcher, so he's not supposed to be a good hitter.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, his triple slash line is not good.
But his slugging percentage way higher for a pitcher than normal.
Another good way to think about batting average, on base percentage, and slugging percentage is the higher those numbers are, the better.
Okay.
And in all three scenarios, the higher they go, the better the hitter we're talking about. And the lower they go, the not so good player we're talking about.
It ain't golf.
It ain't golf. It is not. Even though baseball is famous for, you can fail 70% of the time and still be a Hall of Famer.
I mean, you're going against people who are pitching 100 mile an hour balls, though.
It's not easy, right?
Yeah.
It's not easy. There's no doubt about it. The last hitting stat that piggybacks off of the three things we just talked about is called OPS. I've mentioned this before.
I need a refresher, though.
Do you have a guess?
On
Good start.
on plate.
No. It's a little misleading. There's a few more words than just three.
Oh, dang.
So OPS is on base plus slugging percentage.
Oh, what the heck? That's way too many.
It's way too many.
On base plus slugging percentage.
So the formula, as you can imagine, is right in the name. They didn't hide that part.
We'll just give it to you in this one.
OPS adds up. So if our triple slash line, we're going to take average out of the equation, and we're going to take our middle stat, on base percentage. We're going to add it to our third stat, slugging percentage. And sometimes you'll see another slash line, and you'll have a really big number at the end. By big, I mean like a bigger number than the rest.
Like it's the font size is bigger, or it's
the number itself.
Okay,
is
the number
actually
itself is bigger. Okay,
because you're adding two together.
Yeah.
That is your OPS. What is OPS? On base plus slugging. It's the measure of how often a batter not only reaches base, but how many bases they're getting every time they record an at bat. So it's a good measure. And so remember now, on base, the denominator is plate appearances, slugging percentage, the denominator is at bats. So we're getting a pretty decent measure of how good a batter is at batting and getting on base. Just kind of a holistic measure of what kind of hitter we're talking about. Mm-hmm. And it's used to help judge a hitter's overall offensive performance. So I mentioned the 300, 400, 500 triple slash line.
Yes.
In that scenario, if player A had those exact stats, you would add the 0.400 plus the 0.500, and you would get a 0.900 OPS. Hitters with a 0.900 OPS or higher are considered very elite hitters.
Gotcha.
It's just another, it's additional to that triple slash line. It's another way to look at a hitter.
Question:
Mhm.
Has anybody got a like full on one before?
Oh yeah, many times.
Okay.
I would have to look at it. But Aaron Judge, I think last season, Aaron Judge is an outfielder for the New York Yankees.
Sounds familiar.
He's the best hitter in the game, bar none. He had, I believe his slugging percentage was about .75, and his on base was something like .43. So he something really stupid, something close to that. So his OPS was over 1.2, which is
It's
absurd.
like insane.
It's an absurd number. You'll see players a month into the season with that kind of stat. To do that over the course of a full season for 3 seasons in a row it's dominance that we rarely see in baseball.
Well, you technically would have like a perfect like slash line if you went up to the plate and hit a home run right like your first thing of the season,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah, if your first plate appearance of the season, you hit a home run, you would have a 1,000 batting average.
Mm-hmm.
You would have an on-base percentage of 1,000, and you would have an OP or a slugging percentage of 4.
That's crazy actually because you're not like adding anything else up to it. So.
Right. And you only have 1 at bat, so 4 divided by 1 is 4. So you would have a 5.0 OPS.
Jeez.
That's what it would be if you got a hit in every single at bat or a home run in every single at bat that you took in a season, which obviously is unreasonable. That would never happen.
It's insane.
Something quick I wanted to talk about with batting average. Have you? I doubt you've heard of this, and maybe the people at home haven't, but there is a stat, and not a good one, called the Mendoza line.
I have not heard. That's not like.
I believe it's called the Mendoza line. I could be mixing that up with geography here. Hold on.
So is that something like in like Panama that's like you can't cross it?
No. So I believe so. It's both. You might know more about what the Mendoza line is in the historical context than I do. Maybe. I'm trying to think. I'm actually curious now.
Mendoza. It sounds familiar, but I can't.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it actually has any historical or geographical reference, but and certainly in baseball, the Mendoza line, it refers to a shortstop by the name of Mario Mendoza here. Mario Mendoza. He was not a very good hitter, and he was famous for always batting below 200.
That's not good.
Not good at all. He did it so many times that .200 became known as the Mendoza line. And it's essentially in baseball.
That's gonna suck. Like you're so bad that thing gets named after you.
I think on the website it says a sign of offensive futility. So it's basically the point of no return. Where if we're deep into a season you're not batting above 200, not only are you a bad hitter, you're at risk of getting demoted, cut, see you later, don't need you on our baseball team. You're making things worse.
You're going to the league below us.
Correct.
And we're taking a guy from there and bringing him up.
Correct. And so it's such a random sport. You'll have players that get off to super hot starts and they're hitting everything, and you'll have star players that it's like they can't hit the baseball to save their life. And that's fine for the first, few weeks, month of the season if you're batting around 200. But if we're getting close to the middle of the season, the All-Star break, and you're still batting around 200, if not maybe a little bit more, it's like, okay, dude, like we got to figure some things out. Maybe he's hurt. Maybe he just lost his ability to hit, whatever it is. Yeah. But that is another thing associated with batting average, the Mendoza line.
Very cool.
So if 300 for a season is elite, then 200 for a season or worse is as bad as it gets.
So 200 to 300, you'd say is average then?
Yes, I think right now league average, batting average, it's actually been going down over the course of time. Just for the simple fact that
Just throwing heaters.
right, pitching has gotten so much better and so much more specialized. It's just flat out harder to hit the baseball than it used to be.
Now they're pitching like 115. You're like there's like smoke coming off the ball.
And hitters have also changed their approach at the plate. Basically pre-steroid era, so pre-90s. A lot of hitters were trying to make contact and trying to just hit the baseball. Just trying to slap it anywhere they could hit it. And then over time, the power hitter became more in vogue, more of a thing to be cool or chase. And it's gotten to the point where there is advanced analytics that we will not get into today that will show you how good a player is at hitting for power. Because that's the ideal outcome, is to do damage, to slug, to hit for power. So because of that nature, because of a certain type of hit you're trying to achieve, you're not going to be as good at just making contact, fouling pitches off, shooting them over the shortstop's head. So batting average naturally goes down. And I believe the league-wide batting average is somewhere around like 250, if not maybe even a tad lower.
Oh, so just a little less than a quarter of the time.
Right. So I saw a stat earlier in the season in the National League that there was, and this is a month ago, so it might have gained a player, it may have lost his player. I haven't checked recently, but in the National League, which is half of baseball, there's American League, there's National League. In the National League, there was one player hitting over 300 for a batting average.
Really?
Which, to a baseball fan that's like 75 years old, they're probably looking at that stat just like old man yelling at the clouds thing. It's like there's no good hitters anymore because there's only one guy hitting 300.
No, it's like these pitchers are just insane.
They're insane, and again, it's just kind of a hitting philosophy thing. It goes back to the points we made previously where, okay, great, you can hit 300, but what are you doing with that 300? Maybe you're getting your hits. Are you driving in runs?
You can have a really good like batting average, but your slugging percentage might be really low.
Right, exactly. I'm gonna make an audible here because I can see how long I've been rambling on. I for the listeners at home that were excited for me to talk pitching, I'm not going to do that this episode. Otherwise, we might be here for quite a long time.
Hey,
the pitching notes are even longer than than the batting notes.
Look at that! I think you've got your.
I've got next week's topic. I found it out.
Look at that.
So I'm going to ramble on about batting for a little bit here.
It sounds good.
Or not too much longer, I guess, but. So where were we? Batters that can bat 300, but what type of 300 is it?
Yeah.
So we talked about Aaron Judge, right? He's got he's batting way over 300. His on-base percentage is way over 400. His slugging percentage is way over 500. He is the definition of an elite Hall of Fame level hitter. There's a guy by the name of Luis Arraez who... He played for the Minnesota Twins for a little while, and then he played for the Marlins, and now he's with the Miami Marlins. Now he's with the San Diego Padres. He is also a very good hitter. He has won, I think it's 3, maybe 4 batting titles.
He's been the top for.
He's at the top, and so tie this back into our initial definition of plate appearances. The fact that he's won that many batting titles means he's always healthy, he's always getting his plate appearances, and he's qualifying for that title every single year, which is a very impressive thing to do. In baseball, it's called posting.
Posting.
If you're able to play, so there's 162 games. If you're able to play 140 or more games, You gain a lot of respect amongst your peers.
And that's what you need to be a free agent eventually too.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm bringing it all together.
To go back to our talk about what's the term? Service time.
Yes, service time and arbitration.
And arbitration,
Yeah.
things like that. You gain a lot of respect from your peers if you're able to be healthy on the field playing all the time, regardless of the level you're at.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy. It's not an easy sport. Luis Arias, he's won the batting title several times. He bats over 300 very consistently, which is good. The thing with Luis Arias is he doesn't walk and he doesn't get hit by pitches very often. He's a free swinger and he's very good at making contact, judged by his batting average.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the way he swings and the nature of his swing, he doesn't hit a lot of home runs, triples, or doubles. There's a lot of base hits, a lot of singles.
Mm-hmm.
So because he doesn't walk a lot, his on-base percentage isn't that high. Now, it's not bad because it's not like he's striking out all the time either.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that he doesn't walk. And he's not hitting for a whole lot of power. He's not slugging. So he's a guy that'll have a triple slash line of around 300, maybe like somewhere between a 375 on-base percentage and maybe a 400 slugging percentage.
Mm-hmm.
So that OPS would be about 775.775. For context, league average OPS is always somewhere between 0.7 and 0.75, somewhere in that realm. So he's an above average hitter in that context,
Mm-hmm.
which is
he just doesn't get he doesn't get more than a lot of one base.
right.
hits.
He doesn't have a lot of oomph to his game.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean he's not a valuable player. It's just that there's your difference in types of hitters.
Can I think my understanding here
Mm-hmm.
now? So let's say you were a coach, you would probably put him in front of a guy who's known for who's more of a powerful hitter, so that he can get on base, and then the guy with the powerful hitter can hit farther, so that he can, either get a home run and there's 2 points, or at least get on third or something like that, instead of second.
Correct. This is a very correct way of thinking.
Yes.
So what Caleb was mentioning is essentially the strategy of constructing your lineup, your 1 through 9 hitters. I had made the comment earlier that the guys that bat 1 through 3 will always end with more plate appearances and at-bats at the end of the season than the guys that bat 7th, 8th, and 9th at the back end of your lineup. It doesn't make these guys less valuable, just means that there's a reason they're at that part of the lineup. So these days, if we go back in time, if you had a high batting average, they would automatically put you up at the front of the order because, this guy hits. We want to start off the game. We want hits.
Mm-hmm.
These days, I talked about on-base percentage being the new batting average. You'll find guys at the top of lineups batting first and second that have high on-base percentages because they're going to get on base for the guy batting sometimes second, sometimes third, sometimes fourth on your team who is the slugger, who is good at driving people in and creating runs.
And you're just trying to maximize the amount of points you get.
Right.
So, and if you know a guy, he gets on base, he just can't get the ball just far enough.
Mm-hmm.
He would still be valuable in that category.
Correct.
Okay.
So that's how we have different values in players here. Just one more type of hitter, and then we can move on since we're on the topic of lineup construction. There's a guy named Kyle Schwarber. He's a slugger for the Philadelphia Phillies. Very much known for his power.
Mm-hmm.
Dude hits home runs. Loves home runs. Never seen a home run he didn't like. His batting average is always pretty low. It's always around league average.
Mm-hmm.
Which, of course, it's the average. It's not bad,
Yeah.
but it's not great. But he's one of the rare breed of hitters where he can hit the crap out of the baseball anytime he makes contact. But he also has a very good plate discipline meaning he can take his walks. And he might strike out a little bit, but he walks enough to make up for it. So he's got a low batting average, but a high on base percentage and a high slugging percentage.
Oh, very cool. He's
So-
kind of like almost, this is like gaming terms, almost like you could think of it as a glass cannon of sorts. Instead of your HP, it's your how many times you actually hit something.
Mm-hmm.
But like when he hits it, it goes far.
Right. And so the Phillies always, though he hits a lot of home runs, they always bat him first or second in the lineup because he's the one guy on their team that knows how to get on base. And then they have other players behind him that can drive him in.
Mm-hmm.
So that is my rant. I didn't expect to talk batting that long, but
Hey, I enjoyed it a lot.
I had a good time. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully the people at home learned something.
I definitely did about the triple slash line. I feel like I actually do understand that now.
So hopefully, at least because we didn't get to pitching today, when you're looking at a television screen with baseball on it, and you see a hitter coming up to the plate for their at bat or their plate appearance, you'll see that triple slash line, and you'll be like, "Oh, I kind of understand what that means now."
I definitely do, Austin.
And remember, with batting statistics, higher, most of them is always better for the most of the time, unless we're talking strikeouts. Then that's bad.
That's bad. That's actually golf.
Correct. All right, Caleb. I have talked your ear off enough about stats and batting and hoopla strategy. I am curious as to what you have for me today.
Well, Austin, I am going to attempt my first foray into superheroes. No superhero or not superhero movies, like actually talking about superheroes.
Look at us with big words today. Which one did I use earlier? I used rudimentary.
Rudimentary, yes.
Foray. Well, Caleb, can you please foray into the superhero realm?
Well, so this is I just want to preface, this is gonna be a little rough. It's my first time doing this, but I thought I could pick like really popular heroes like Batman, Spider-Man, Superman, which we talked about in the movie. But I thought today it's my first time doing this, and I would talk about the Teen Titans.
Ooh, okay.
So a group of superheroes.
Okay. All right.
I grew up. I have two loves of animated series. One is Avatar, which I will talk about someday. Second is the 2003 Teen Titans animated series. Have you seen it, Austin?
I definitely late night. I've seen it before. I'm familiar with how the show looks, but I don't really know much about it.
Oh, perfect.
So
I'm actually not going to ask you a question right away. This topic.
okay.
Yes, I'm gonna wait a little bit. I would just like to talk about kind of the history. I've been talking a lot about history of stuff. I love doing this stuff. I want to talk about more of the history of the Teen Titans a little bit, and then I'm gonna get to why I love the Teen Titans. And if you can see here, don't look at it too hard. But there's a giant list of people.
I want to say, for those that know Caleb on a personal level like I do, history is one of his other loves, just of like the world and kind of in general. So it's not a surprise to me that we're matching a nerdy topic with some historical context.
I love Europa Universalis 4. If you get it, I love you. All right. So the Teen Titans first appeared in The Brave and the Bold issue 54 in 1964.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that old.
Yes, it's I think that's would be considered Silver Age. So there's the Golden Age, the Silver Age, the Bronze Age, then like the Dark Age, and then the Modern Age of comics. And this was, I think, around the Silver Age. It might have been the end of the Gold Age. But yes, created by Bob Haney and Bruno Premiani. I think I got those right. If I didn't, I'm so sorry. But this included it was kind of one of the first issues of, hey, we have all these sidekicks that people love. Why don't we put all these sidekicks into their own story. So the first team was Robin, Dick Grayson Robin, Kid Flash, Wally West, and Aqualad, Gar. So you got 3 characters. Austin, I'm going to ask you a question on this one now. Can you tell me who these 3 sidekicks are of DC characters?
So there's, you mentioned the first one as Robin.
Yes.
Batman and Robin.
Mm-hmm. Easy.
And then the second one was Flash.
Kid Flash. Really, really hard one.
Okay. So I'm gonna assume the sidekick of Flash. I was gonna say if it's Flash, I'm like I don't know much about DC as it is, but I really don't know who he would be the sidekick of.
And then there's Aqualad.
Who would it be Aquaman?
It is Aquaman.
Okay, I was about to say I've never heard of this person.
It's pretty easy. Yeah, Aqualad. He. We'll get to him in a little bit, but then, in 6 issues later, they decided to add Donna Troy, who is Wonder Girl. Can you guess who the sidekick of that?
Wonder Woman.
Yes, it is Wonder Woman. So we have 4 characters. We have Robin, Kid Flash, Aqualad, and Wonder Girl, Donna Troy. And what?
Sorry, it's like they really. It's like we need a sidekick. What do we name him? Kid Flash. Okay.
Hey, Wally is my Flash. Okay, Wally is my Flash, and he's goated.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'm just saying, at least they tried with Batman.
Yeah, Robin. But yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
But this is kind of cool because it was one of the first issues that were directly. The audience was directly directed towards teens and kids. Like, actually, obviously, comic books were directed towards teens and kids, but this was about teenagers, so the audience members could see themselves in this comic book rather than watching a giant man in a bat suit.
I get what you're saying. Yep.
So, they first fought Mr. Twister.
Mr. Twister.
Yes, it was a old-timey town, and they just hey, he throws tornadoes at people.
I mean, kind of scary.
Yeah, it's a little terrifying. They fought him. But, funnily enough, their first issue, they weren't called the Teen Titans. They didn't have a name. It was their second issue. Just
a bunch of random hooligans.
Yeah, literally. They're just like, hey, let's all get together and do whatever. Yes, Teen Titans, set issue 55 of The Brave and the Bold. They are called Teen Titans. And then they have a bunch of issues together, and it wouldn't be until 2 years later where they got their first self-titled issue called Teen Titans. And it was still the original team of Robin, Kid Flash, Aqualad, and Wonder Girl. So and they would just go on a bunch of different missions. It was typical superhero stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This team does kind of deviate from what you would see now as the Teen Titans. You still have Robin, but I want to ask you this right now. Do you know who? Actually, we're gonna wait. Sorry, we're gonna wait.
I'll wait.
Yeah. Robin was established as the leader, just like his dad, adoptive dad. Batman established as leader of the Justice League. He was established as leader of the Teen Titans, and he was the only member that didn't have any powers, just because he's so good at what he does.
He learned. Batman taught him well, is what you're saying.
Exactly. When we do a Batman episode, I think I might do a Robin episode, but it's gonna be about all the Robins. Yeah, and this issue, it was more focused about helping kids and teenagers than helping adults, because typically you'd have saving adults or whatever, or saving babies. This is more towards, hey, these guys are really messing up our school or after school's activities. Can you help us? And they're like, yeah, and then ride a whale. Help them or something, because Aqualad was there, or something like that. But
don't go near the school pool if you want to mess with Aqualad.
Exactly. I'm here. You come here. You come to me.
It's my territory.
It's don't you get in that pool, dude. But funnily enough, I just want to make a little comment on this. One of their foes they fought was Beast King, who is a little odd considering who joins later. But then Speedy, do you know who Speedy is?
Speedy Gonzalez?
No, the superhero Speedy, the sidekick Speedy.
No, I do not know who Speedy is.
Funnily enough, he's not very fast. Speedy is Green Arrow's sidekick.
Really?
Yes.
Huh. I was going to say, Speedy could also refer to Josh Naylor. Shout out my Vikings fans out there. He is fast, but...
Otherwise known as Arsenal. He appears 6 issues later, like Donna Troy appeared 6 issues later. But he doesn't join the team. He doesn't for a while. He's just kind of there.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of like moody and like, I don't really want to. He's a kind of like cool, like, it's too cool. I'm too cool for the Teen Titans.
Gotcha.
But whatever. Issue 19, he joins. He's like, fine. Whatever. But funnily enough, in the same issue, Aqualad said, see ya.
Oh.
And he doesn't come back for a while. So we can forget about Aqualad for a while.
They left him at the school pool. Mom forgot to pick him up.
But yeah, then a bunch of adventures happen. And then eventually, we get the new Teen Titans.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now, Austin, I would like to ask you now, do you know what the new Teen Titans roster consisted of?
Not even a little bit.
Do you? So now I'm gonna ask you this too. Do you name any members of the Teen Titans?
No.
No?
Outside of the very brief snippets I saw of my childhood, that's like I don't really even remember the show. I just I remember what the show looked like. That's all I've got here.
Gotcha. So the new Teen Titans consisted of the original members besides Aqualad, Robin, Kid Flash, and Wonder Girl, but they also included the members that people would probably most well know of, which is Raven, Starfire, Cyborg, and my personal favorite superhero, Beast Boy.
Okay.
In the animated series, it's Robin, Starfire, Cyborg, Raven, and Beast Boy.
What do they... Maybe you'll talk about it, but what do they look like?
So, glad you asked, Austin. So, they have a kind of a color scheme where, like, Robin's red, Starfire is... No, she's not green. She's purple or orange, depending on what you think. I'd say more purple. Or, sorry, orange. Raven's purple, Cyborg is blue, and then Beast Boy is green.
For whatever reason, Cyborg just seems so familiar to me. I feel like I know what he looks like.
Cyborg was in the Justice League movie. Cyborg is definitely, besides Robin, the character that does jump between Teen Titans and Justice League the most. But I would say besides Robin, but
I'll have to. Because I don't want to be distracted. I'm gonna have to look up a picture when we're done. Because I feel like I know what this guy looks like, but I don't.
He's definitely he's always considered like the oldest of the Titans too, besides Dick. But yeah. So this group forms when Raven's like, hey, my evil dad, Trigon, this big devil that I get my powers from, Azarath. Trigon, he's gonna take over the planet, and I need you guys' help. And so she gathers all of them together, and they defeat Trigon. And that's kind of how the new Teen Titans forms. Now, I would say there's three big bads of the Teen Titans. We have Trigon, who is Raven's dad. Brother Blood, who's just like a villain that like does weird stuff. And then we have Deathstroke. Have you heard of Deathstroke?
Deathstroke sounds familiar.
These days, he's more known for being a Batman villain.
Okay.
But in the Teen Titans stuff, he appeared in the Teen Titans first. He's a mercenary that's like, hey, I have a contract out I think it's the Judas Contract that I need to kill the Teen Titans. And so he's always been a Teen Titans villain. He's been one of the big three.
Okay.
And also this era is where Robin becomes Nightwing as well.
Oh.
Kind of his own staple, and then gets passed on to Jason Todd. But
Interesting. Okay.
Yes, it was the Judas Contract. I have it in my notes here, actually. I forgot about it. Yeah, so the Judas Contract, Deathstroke, he gets a hit out on the Teen Titans. Robin becomes Nightwing. Wally West leaves and becomes the Flash after Barry Allen.
Okay.
And this is how he kind of does his whole story. And then Jericho joins the team. Jericho and Lilith Clay. Jericho is Deathstroke's son. Now, I'm going to name, up until the New 52, every single member of the Teen Titans.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Sure.
We have Dick Grayson Robin, Jason Todd Robin, Tim Drake Robin, Damian Wayne Robin, Dick Grayson Nightwing, Kid Flash, Aqualad, Beast Boy, Starfire, Phantasm, Impulse, Supergirl, Argent, Speedy, the Maya version, Enigma, Wonder Girl, Speedy, the Arsenal version, Lilith Clay, Joker's daughter. She's just called Joker's daughter. Sometimes she's called Harley Quinn. We don't know why. Raven, Terra, Panther, Damage, Ravager, Jesse Quick, Zatara, Osiris, Red Devil, Hawk, Dove, Narc, Bumblebee, Batgirl, Static, who he later becomes Static Shock, Cyborg, Prism, Jericho, Slagger, Red Star, Risk, Kyle Rayner Green Lantern, Minion, Atom, Superboy, Offspring, Miss Martian, and Blue Beetle.
Do we know how many names that is?
That is... about rough guess, 40 names. And this is before the New 52, which changed everything.
Oh God! So there's an original 40, or
the original. There's original 4, which
okay.
are not Speedy, Robin, Aqualad, Kid Flash, and Donna Troy. But then the new Teen Titans, there's Robin, Wonder Girl, Donna Troy, Kid Flash, Beast Boy, Starfire, Raven, and Cyborg. And then we have all these people that joined the team.
Gotcha.
That at one point, and there's more. I know I didn't have everybody here, but this is about 40 names of people that have been on the Teen Titans.
So is it? I'm curious as to why so many. Is it just for storyline purposes? Like, hey,
I think whenever a new sidekick gets added, it's kind of in the DC universe. It's kind of a staple. They have to join the Teen Titans
for even if it's just for an episode or a comic or something like that.
Exactly. Yes. Like there's some people like Zatara, who I think she's only in the Teen Titans for a little bit. She's Dr. Fate's sidekick, but she's like Dr. Fate's essentially the Doctor Strange of the DC universe. There's like people like Jesse Quick who were like an issue.
Gotcha.
A few issues.
And I did want to confirm all these characters are in some way, shape, or form a sidekick. Like there's no deviation from that.
They're sidekick
or a kid or something.
Like a teenager, like Narc, the cave boy. Yes, he wasn't a sidekick to anybody, but he's like a 1,000,000-year-old he was like frozen in ice or whatever.
Hmm.
And so he's like, hey, you're too young to join the Justice League. Oh, I should also forget, Shazam has been on here as well. I just did not put him there, but Shazam, he's a kid that can turn into an adult.
Mm-hmm.
He's been considered on both. Now I don't have the exact numbers, but what I do know is, I don't think this still holds true, but there was a very long time where the Teen Titans comic books were the number one selling comic books, and it was not even close.
Really?
Yes, they were the most popular comic books out there on the market.
That's really impressive, it feels like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's like the X-Men, would be kind of a foil to these as well.
Okay.
Because they're usually a younger squad of superheroes, but they're older too. But kind of a ragtag group of people that are all different. Like this, like the Teen Titans promotes diversity. You can see how many like different people are on here.
So do the Teen Titans and the X-Men mingle and interchange storylines at all, or
X-Men is Marvel.
Marvel.
Yeah.
That was a dumb question. I'm
no,
sorry.
You're good.
I don't know what I was thinking there.
Yes, that was a good. Yes, this is DC Universe, or this is DC Comics, and X-Men is Marvel Comics.
Gotcha. Yeah. You threw me off with foil. I'm like, hold on. What is
foil? As in, hey, like this is Marvel's thing, this is DC's thing, and you can kind of compare the two of what's doing better. They're both great teams, but
yes,
there was a time where Teen Titans
just
was the most selling, like the highest selling comic.
Gotcha.
So, my thoughts on the Teen Titans. There's a lot of them here. I'll run through my favorites. I love the five, Robin, Starfire, Cyborg, Raven, and Beast Boy.
Mm-hmm.
I also do love Terra. She can move rocks and stuff. But little spoiler alert for everybody, for a very old comic, she's evil.
Ooh.
She's a double agent.
Terra as in terraform?
Yes, it's spelled Terra. Like, look, she can move rocks and stuff on the ground, and her name's Terra. Yes. I like Blue Beetle. I like Miss Martian. I like Zatara. Donna Troy is really good, except her background has been changed like a million times. So I don't even know what it is currently.
Any reason?
I think it's just it's for one time it was like the older guys trying to monkey around with this, and at one point she was like Wonder Woman's younger sister. At one point she was like a space alien or something like that. It was really weird. I think now it's just that she got raised by Amazonians, so it's she's fine. She somehow became strong enough as a regular human.
Gotcha.
But yeah, the Teen Titans, they have it's just a fun team. I grew up with the animated series, which I have the thing here. It was 2000. The Teen Titan animated series. It was from 2003 to 2006, which it followed the stories of Robin, Cyborg, Starfire, Raven, and Beast Boy. And you said you've seen it. You don't remember much of it, but you've seen it.
Right. Yes. I wouldn't be able to tell you a single thing that happened.
It ran for 5 seasons and had 63 amazing episodes. It has one of my favorite endings to a kid's cartoon of all time. It's just the ending is, hey, they were gone for a while and they came back to the city and everything's different now. And one of the last lines is, things change. and it just ends.
Damn.
Yeah, it's hey, things happen. Things change.
Right.
It's kind of like when you're a little kid, you're whoa, what?
Right.
And the vocal, or the main character of that episode is my personal favorite, Beast Boy.
Any reason he's your personal favorite?
I don't know why. I think I just love when he turns into a tiger, and I love tigers. But no, I think it just he's always been the coolest power to me of being able to change into any animal you want.
Okay.
And so like I don't know why I've never like been of like I like the really strong character, the really fast character. I like the character with the interesting powers.
Right.
So yeah, it's kind of
That's fair. I like that. Have you read any of the comics?
I have a little bit. I'm so sad. My biggest mistake I've ever made in my life is in Seattle at Pike Place Market, and they're selling a Golden Age compendium of the Teen Titans for $100, and I didn't buy it.
A compendium?
Yeah, it's all the comic books in one.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
seems heavy.
Yeah, it was huge. It was huge. Yeah, and it was all the Golden Age comic books.
That'd be pretty dope to own.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why I didn't buy it, but
Not enough space in the car.
the yeah. No, but and now one of the reasons I was like, hey, I should bring this up because Teen Titans Go ended this year. Do you know what Teen Titans Go is?
Feel like I've heard you mention it before.
It's way more of a kiddie cartoon about the Teen Titans. Same characters. They do have some characters. I should mention the anime series too. They do have characters like Bumblebee and Kid Flash in it as well. But this one, Teen Titans Go, it ran from 2013 to now. Can you guess how many episodes are in this show, Austin?
2013 until now, which is 2025 for those listening out there in 2028. Shout out. How's it going? God. The OG series had 63, you said, right?
63, yep, in 3 years.
In 3 years, which is still, that's really impressive
Mhm.
too. I'm 117.
You're way off. 431 episodes.
That's insane. Oh, there goes my wallet. 413?
31.
431. How did I get dyslexic on hearing something? That's wild. 431 over 12, 13 years. What's the math on that? That's insane to think about. It's like 24 episodes a year.
It's about an episode every other week.
That's insane. How long are these episodes?
Like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely more of a SpongeBob
Right.
cartoon and stuff.
Well, that doesn't make him any easier to make.
No, exactly.
You know.
And one of the funny things about the Teen Titans Go series, it's definitely very kiddie, but sometimes they'll throw in like random things like how to buy a house or like how to tax evade or something. Like it's like they'll throw in the most random thing or like how to you should be investing this much into the market.
So, I'm curious, what makes Teen Titans Go more kiddie than an already teenage-driven show?
So the Teen Titans animated series 2003 would definitely took a lot of inspiration from anime, and they also had a lot more mature themes.
Okay.
And funnily enough, I did want to perfect segue to this. Depending on what episode you watch, the Teen Titans theme at the beginning is either sung in English or Japanese. So it's a really cool because it's so heavily inspired by anime.
Okay. Any particular reason why the switch?
Does
it symbolize?
I think
anything?
it's just hey we because it was a J-pop group that did this in English, but I think they also did a Japanese version.
Okay.
So it's like hey, we have both of them,
Right.
might as well use them.
Okay, that's neat. I like that.
Yeah, and also there was a movie that took place in Japan as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say, funnily enough, my two favorite animated series are heavily inspired by animation, and kid animation series are inspired by anime.
Right.
But yeah, I would say it's probably the second most American animated show that's closest to anime.
Cool.
But yeah, Teen Titans Go has more of a SpongeBob-y
Okay. Yeah.
style to it, and it's just it was where Teen Titans 2003 was made for kids, but an adult could watch it. It had mature themes. This is definitely more made for children. You could tell there are some still adult stuff in it, but it's very much like a character will blow up and like it's like they're fine. Like the next episode, like
like every other episode when Squidward finds the most random way to blow up
yeah,
in SpongeBob.
exactly. It's like very much there's no continuity to the episodes. It's very much a kid episode or a
Gotcha.
kid series. But that concludes my little dive into the Teen Titans. That's my first little foray. I'm sure I'll get more technical on certain characters, but it's a generalization. Hopefully you learn something about the Teen Titans.
I'm curious. One question I forgot to ask. That list you had, you said like this is. You said something along the lines of this is like the first 40, and then there's like 52 other ones.
No, oh, sorry. To clarify, the new 52 is a reboot of the DC comic universe.
Okay.
So the new 52, it's Earth 52, and it's this universe where like, hey, because comics, they like to reset the universe a lot.
I've noticed.
Yeah. So because they're like, oh, we want to do this story, but this person's dead. Well, if we reset the universe, we can do this story.
Yeah, do whatever the hell we want.
Yeah. So the new 52 is a time where I can't remember how it happened. I think it was Superboy. I think it was a Superboy Prime, or that's Crisis on Infinite Earths. I can't remember. Or there's like three things that have the words infinite and crisis in it. So there's like Infinite Crisis, Crisis on Infinite Earths, like whatever. But New 52 is what happens when they want to reset the universe again, and that's the current universe we're in now. But this was everything before that reboot. So there's a lot of characters still. I think there's probably like an extra like 15, 20.
Okay.
But that's about the 40 characters that were there before.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I think Damian Wayne, Robin is technically New 52, but don't quote me on that.
Is there any significance to the number 52?
I don't think so. I think it just sounded nice. New 52.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it. You see, it seems sciencey. You know, whenever you see scientists discovered a new planet or a new star, they've always got some wacky name to it. So I dig it. I like it.
Kepler B.
Yeah.
But that concludes the Teen Titans. Any more questions, Austin?
Any more questions? No. Like I said, I heard of them. I knew that I had seen them with my eyes at some point. I did not realize how many characters were ultimately involved.
Mm-hmm.
I just figured it was like an X-Men thing where it's just really just a specific set, or even like a Guardians of the Galaxy thing where it just follows these characters and that's it.
And I should keep in mind too, for those characters, it's not like they're all in at the same time.
Right, yet. And yes.
Like Dick Grayson will grow up, and then like he almost marries Starfire, and Starfire leaves, Cyborg leaves, Raven leaves. And there's like Kid Flash turns into just the Flash after Barry Allen dies. He was old. It was old. But like Zatanna leaves because she gets older. Jason Todd dies. He, whatever. I really want to do a Robin episode, so I might do that.
Might have to do one. Have to. It would be kind of crazy, just an army of 40 some odd Teen Titans.
like some of them can like literally like blow up the planet. Oh my god!
40 teen army sounds like a high school teacher's worst nightmare. No, I really enjoyed that, Caleb. Thank you very much for a little historical foray.
A little foray into the Teen Titans.
But I suppose I'm looking at our time, and we are 2-1 right at that 1.5 hour mark. Wow, look at us. There might be a few minutes shaved off for.
There's a little audio issue right there, but we're good.
But yeah, I don't have any other questions. Do you have any other questions?
No, I think I'm good. I just want to say thank you for listening to Balls and Blasters, episode 10.
We made it to double digits.
Yes. Now it's where the real podcast starts.
Now, like I said before, now we just have to. Now we got to see
Yeah.
how many of these things we can do.
Yeah, I know. It'd be impressive to hit 50 now. Is the next milestone like 20 or is it like 50? Is or 25?
I don't know. It's almost like it's not like birthdays, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit different than birthdays. 25 feels fair. 50 and 100 are definitely milestones worth reaching.
Oh, 100 would be crazy.
100 would be crazy. That is so far away.
That's 9 more of these what we've done so far.
I know I don't want to do math. I did enough of that in my own segment. I don't need to do anything more.
It's about a little under 2 years.
Life could be very different by then.
It really could.
We could have our own new 52 at that point.
Oh. What if we reach 52 episodes? There we go. That should be the milestone, not 50. 52 is a year.
50. What?
52 weeks is a year.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got on that sidetrack there.
It's
but
now getting late, if you can't tell.
it's not quite loopy hours, but we're close.
We're very close.
Yes, thank you, episode 10. Thank you very much for watching. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We have an Instagram.
Mm-hmm. I've been keeping up, guys. I've been keeping up with the TikTok and the shorts.
TikTok. We have YouTube Shorts. Balls and Blasters. You can check us out. Easy to find. Please subscribe, follow us, like, comment, interact with us in some way, shape, or form. We really appreciate that. Everything that we get.
Oh yes, and we love getting like people come. This last weekend I got a lot of people talking to me about it, and I couldn't stop because it was great. I was like, I really appreciate everybody that did talk to me and encouraged me to keep going.
Yeah.
Us to keep going.
Right. I've had people at the gym talk to me about it.
Oh yeah.
Which is I love. It's just random gym talk, you know. So we've made it into the random gym talk lexicon.
Yes. Next is like parks.
Parks.
I think.
I don't know. I'm too old to be at park, Caleb.
You're never too old to be outside.
Okay, that's probably a good sign for us.
Yep, we're done. All right. Thank you for listening or watching Balls and Blasters. I am Caleb.
I have been Austin. I still plan to be.
That's great. I'll see you later.
Bye.